Hey everyone, welcome to the Little Lions Learn podcast. This is our first episode, and we are discussing, is it possible to homeschool while working? And the answer, in my opinion, from my perspective, is yes. It is absolutely possible. It can be done, and lots of people do homeschool while working. So we're going to first talk about your schedule. You need to determine if you're able to cut back on work. Are you working full-time out of the house and you're not able to cut back? If that's the case, you may want to make sure that you have an alternating schedule with your spouse so that your child's never home by themselves. Or you could leave them with a relative if you have someone that's able to help. Maybe you're not able to homeschool, but maybe you have a relative that's able to, their grandparent or a cousin, aunt or uncle. If you work from home full time, there's definitely ways to juggle the homeschool schedule, and that's what I do. So we can talk a little bit about what that looks like. You might also be able to work part-time and then homeschool the rest of the time. The great news is that homeschooling doesn't take as long as a typical school day. So you can finish a lot more in a shorter amount of time, which is good. There's different things you can do. You can join cohorts. You can get online support from programs like Little Lions Learn, and I'll talk with you about that here in just a little bit. Definitely the top priority is to set a schedule, set a routine. So in my house, what we do is we have, first of all, a schedule of what we're going to do and when we're going to do it. So it's everything from the time the kids wake up, eating breakfast, to the first thing that they do that day. And they have a checklist, and what I do is I slide it into a sheet protector. And every day they're required to check off as they go down through the list. Now, since I work full-time from home, while I'm working, they are working on independent work. So there's lots of different things that you can do or that you can set up for them to do independently. And then when you're on your breaks or when you get off of work, that's the time to teach them. That's the time to give instruction. So for me, I get off around 3:30 every day. And when I get off, that's the time that my children focus on math and English, the most important topics. We do also focus on history, science, as well as other topics, and kind of alternate those because I'm not able to work all night long helping them homeschool. But we do take several hours where it's direct instruction. I teach them. The next day they work on their independent work. So again, homeschool doesn't have to take as long. There's some people that homeschool in 2 hours. I can't imagine homeschooling in only 2 hours, but we can definitely do it in 4 hours, maybe 5. And the reason I can't imagine that is because there's so many subjects to cover, and we also make sure that we're covering things like PE. It's important for the kids to get their exercise in. I give them breaks. I give them recess breaks, and I make sure that they're independently reading. And I want them to do extracurriculars, learn how to, learn different types of music, art, things like that. And so all of that is included in their homeschooling. So it does take us probably around 5 hours in my house. But the kids learn a lot. They've learned a lot. They've really shown growth, which is awesome because I'm here helping them. They're not in a class with 30 kids. So it's nice. It's been really nice for them. Let's see what else I wanted to talk about. I did want to mention the Little Lions Learn homeschool program. This is a really great way that you could, work full time and then have someone teaching them. With Little Lions Learn, the classes are online. They are short, 25-minute sessions, and we do this on purpose to limit the screen time. So your child will come to class for about 25 minutes, and then they're given the rest of the material. So after they get off class, they will have additional work to do in the subject that you've selected, either math, English language arts or Spanish, and you'll be able to have them sit down and complete their independent work after class, which is really great. So they get about an hour per subject, 25 minutes online and the remaining part offline, which is good because I don't think kids need that much screen time. There's a struggle with that these days. But definitely look into Little Lions Learn. There's other things out there. You could just get a tutor if you want, somebody that can help you throughout the day. The thing that's really good about Little Lions Learn is it's not just tutoring, it's a full year's curriculum. So you have a whole program that your child is learning math. They're learning the entire curriculum for the year, whatever grade they're in, which is really awesome. If you're looking for a really good place to start, I highly recommend this book, The Science of Homeschooling by Christy Crandall. I could not stop reading this book. I met her off of Truth Social, and I got her book, and it was really hard to put down. It's a great book I'm a teacher, so coming from a teacher's perspective to a homeschool mom's perspective, it was really helpful for me. I was able to really dive into the different teaching methods, the homeschool teaching methods, and just really enjoyed the book. We're going to have her on our podcast next week as our featured guest. So I hope that you'll join us next week as well, next Monday. And that's it. I hope this was helpful. Please join. I will post a link to her book down below, and I will also post a link to our homeschool blog. I highly recommend you check out that blog. We have lots of helpful tips for homeschool moms to find balance and peace of mind. Thank you. Have a great day.